Hazen High School shut its doors again late last night after results revealed a sick student tested positive for COVID-19.
Right now, Public Health Seattle-King County is contacting every student that had close contact with the sick teenager. KOMO's Kara Kosnich is live in Renton with the very latest. That can't be easy, Kara, tracking down all those kids.
And they are fast at work at it, Eric, I am told right now. You'll remember Hazen was closed on Monday for cleaning after the district learned of that potential case on Sunday. Well, after that case came back positive last night, Public Health decided they wanted to change their course of action and how they're investigating. On this day, Renton's Hazen High School is so quiet, it feels like a summer day. Public Health asked the district to close their doors last night after a student tested positive for coronavirus.
You really just kind of wonder how many kids were exposed.
That's why Public Health has changed their course of action. They're now conducting what they call a contact mapping system to find out who the sick student had contact with and if they're showing symptoms.
They just want to make sure that these families and these students are going through a process of health care that takes care of themselves and doesn't spread it further.
So far, no other students are showing symptoms. Today should have been a big day at Hazen. The first day of spring sports, SAT testing for juniors, and local and state club competitions, all canceled.
The priority here is making sure everyone's healthy, making sure everyone's okay, and then we'll deal with college credits and other stuff later.
The district has agreed to close Hazen until Friday, but they still need the green light from Public Health to reopen Monday. Schools that have missed days are still in a window to make that time up, but OSPI is planning ahead in case we see extended school closures.
We are likely to adopt an emergency rule, which we already have the authority to do, that allows us to effectively pick a date at which we can begin to exempt instructional hours if we absolutely have to.
These extreme measures aren't necessary yet, but health experts say Washington's coronavirus outbreak could get worse before it gets better.
The Federal Reserve just announced its first emergency interest rate cut since the recession of 2008.
It's also the biggest, 0.5%, and the coronavirus is a major factor. Consumer problem solver Connie Thompson explains what it means to you. Connie?
Well, if you're in business and have a business, it could mean cheaper money if you need extra cash to grow, to bridge the gap during this business slump because of the coronavirus fears. The trickle-down effect could also mean money in the pocket for some consumers.
The fallout from the coronavirus outbreak is both medical and financial. Just ask the cruise lines and airlines. But fears of getting sick could put even more of our economy at risk. So decision makers inside the Federal Reserve hope a 0.5% rate drop, the largest single cut since late 2008, will help restore financial confidence.
What the Fed's doing here is sending a signal to...
Ted Rossman is a financial analyst at creditcards.com. He says the Fed knows the lower interest rates won't solve coronavirus.
But they are trying to head off any potential adverse effects to the economy by cutting rates and, more than anything, I think, showing the symbolism that they're ready to do what they can.
What that means to you is lower mortgage rates if you're buying a home and a potential savings if you can refinance your existing mortgage. Mortgage rates dropped almost immediately. According to a survey by NerdWallet.com, the average 30-year fixed rate is now 3.61%. If your current mortgage rate is 4.75% on a $500,000 loan, a refi could save you more than $400 a month.
But if you're looking at a mortgage rate of 4.5%, 5%, you should definitely think about refinancing.
The impact of 0.5% drop in credit card interest rates is a different story.
17.25% versus 16.75%, you hardly notice that, unfortunately. That'll save you about $2 a month if you're making minimum payments towards the average credit card debt.
You know, it depends on who you ask, but South Lake Union, Pike Place Market, our freeways, those are some of the places some people say they've seen fewer people. And there are places that are changing some of their practices for now. At St. James Cathedral in Seattle, Catholic services are changing things up to help people stay healthy.
We have drained our holy water fountains. There's one right behind you, as a matter of fact. So we don't encourage people to dip their hand into holy water and then bless themselves. We do not encourage people to shake hands during the services. The wine is shared from a communal cup. that's been discontinued.
Hi, Dalton. Drusilla.
Steve Hoffer, who's in engineering, is out and about today with his 2 dogs.
I'm working from home. That's been, our company has said that we should be working, they have reduced staff at the headquarters.
He and his girlfriend notice it's a lot quieter around Seattle.
There's less traffic on the road. And
it's quieter.
It's much quieter, too, at Pike Place Market.
And it's just more of the tours that aren't coming in.
43 years.
At Ruby's Seattle Gift Gallery inside the market, the owner says crowds have disappeared. It's the slowest she's seen it in a long time.
They are staying on. It's like a ghost town.
Cases come out of that care center. Some of the people who live around it are nervous COVID-19 will spread to their communities. KOMO's Max Darrow is live in Kirkland. And Max, you're talking about the apartment right next door?
Exactly, the Life Care Center just behind us. But if you zoom in just past the ceiling and the roof over there, you see those apartment complex buildings over there? That's the Juanita View Apartments, just beyond the fence. One person we spoke with there says several Life Care employees actually live right there in their complex. She says she commends them for the work they're doing at Life Care, but she didn't hesitate to say that she and many of her neighbors are genuinely concerned that they will become exposed to COVID-19 due to their proximity to the facility. The woman says she grew up here. She's raising her kids here. Her parents and grandparents all live in that same complex. So naturally, she's pretty concerned. There are some precautionary signs up in common shared spaces, such as the mail areas and laundry room. But the past few days have not been easy for her or her neighbors.
Having a 3-month-old baby and a 3-year-old and living right next to the virus and having elderly parents, I just have a high concern and want to make sure that they're okay, mainly.
Her parents are also the apartment managers. She says they've closed the office so they don't have to come into close contact with people. There's a cleaning crew to sanitize the common areas, and maintenance will only respond to emergency maintenance calls. So again, they're taking all the precautions they can, but going to sleep tonight, they're trying to stay positive about the containment here at the facility and hopefully that it won't get into their apartment complex.